10, 9.
Now, get ready for Buzzworthy Radio, the show that gets you up close and personal with some of today's hottest stars. Now, here's Novell J. Lee.
Hey, it's Novell J. Lee, and welcome to a new Buzzcast here on Buzzworthy Radio. One of our favorites stopped by the podcast, Daniel Goddard, who plays the role of Cane Ashby on CBS Daytime's The Young and the Restless. He gave us a little bit of insight as to what is to come with Katherine's memorial, as well as filming the scenes when the town of Genoa City found out about Katherine's passing. And we also got to talk to him a little bit in reference to the whole Tyler, Lily, Cane, and Hillary storyline and what's to possibly come from that. I don't know why I keep inviting him here to this show, but what can you do? Here's our interview with Daniel Goddard. Take a listen. No love lost between this guy here, but he's still one of our favorites. You know, this is Daniel Goddard. I don't know why I keep inviting him back here. I really don't know.
Well, you know, I think like, you know, when you have a red carpet relationship like you and I have, you know, you just keep going back to the well.
Which we did not get to have this year. I know. It was kind of chaotic in the red carpet this year with a different venue, different producers, different people, different everything. So it became a little bit of a flow. Yeah, it was just like I could not, just by the fact that I'm stuttering trying to describe it, was pretty much how I felt on the red carpet, and that's just how I was, because I had no idea what was going on, and it's just like everybody was just coming, and going, and I was just like sweating my ass off, and it was just, yeah, pretty hectic.
Are you allowed to say the Daria word on Buzzworthy Radio?
I kind of have before, so I kind of have. Let's just. I might edit that out later.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's what happens when you work at the wall. It makes you a rebel.
Yeah, I work at the wall. This is true. Not at CBS. I work at the Walgreens. Just so you know, it's at the wall.
Actually, I went to the wall out in Palm Springs. When I was out there, there was one right across from my hop. And I got to tell you, what I like about the wall is that when you sign up for your your rewards card thing, you know, like whatever it's called,
yeah.
You can do it there and then. You can give them a phone number there and then, and I can do it. You go to CVS, you got to fill out the paperwork and mail it in. Or you got to go online and fill it out. I'm like, no. I like the wall.
See?
I like the way the wall does it, man.
See, you come over to the dark side. I'm proud of you.
It's very true. I like the dark side.
This is true. I know. And he's been playing on the dark side for... It's been 6 years. 6 years, man. I can't believe it's been 6 years since you've been... Since you've been Cane Ashby. No, I can't believe it. I mean, it just seems like yesterday you just walked up into Genoa City and then, you know, all hell broke loose like two years later.
Well, actually, this year's my 7th year of actually filming, and I think I aired like 12, 2007, so I was like 6.5 on the air, but I started shooting in November 2006. It's been a very interesting ride, and, you know, I got to tell you, it's always exciting. I'm a very lucky man.
It's very...
I was getting traffic driving home. I did 2 episodes of Price is Right today. I had a great time there. I enjoy working on this show. So,
You did two episodes today over there.
Yeah, it took 2. They'll air in November.
November.
Yeah, and November 18 is one of them, and the other one I think is a couple of days before or a day before or something.
Oh, okay.
So it's good. Yeah, I'm loving CBS at the moment. CBS is a good place to be. We have a good, it's a very good, close-knit, well-bonded daytime group of people there right now. It's good. It's got a very synergistic feel, which is good. Because, I mean, all the ratings for all the shows are up.
Right.
All the demographics are up, and which is good, you know. It's a very good place,
It's interesting you said that, too, because I think it was, a couple of days ago, you had pretty much posted it, and a lot of us had been mentioning about the soap genre, and how it's pretty much going to be here for a long time. And I posted earlier on my Twitter account. I was like, it's so funny how many years ago we were, people would think of the word soap or the words soap opera as a dirty word, and it's kind of like now you're looking at it as like it's rejuvenated. And I'm sitting here going like, why are we saying the word rejuvenated about it? I mean, it never really died to begin with. I mean, I know it had some bumps, but the soap game has always been here. It's always been strong.
Yeah. It's interesting you said that. I mean, I think that with the cancellation of Guiding Light, As the World Turns, AMC One Live, people just generally just kind of take the status quo feeling of, oh, well, they're all going by the wayside. But then you have shows like Revenge come on, and you have shows where basically they're nighttime soap operas.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
There's no difference between a daytime soap opera and a nighttime soap opera, because the key to a soap is drama.
Right.
And if you don't have drama in a nighttime show, it'll be canceled. So I think that soaps have proven, because they've been around 40 years for Y&R and General Hospital, around 50 years, that the formula works. It's very rare you see a primetime show last more than 5, 6, 7 years.
Right.
Because after a while, it loses its steam, or the audience moves on to something else, and the ratings start to slide. But you see like something like Young and the Restless, and we have a very strong fan base, we have a very strong viewership, and everyone's got an opinion, whether they love to hate or they hate to hate or whatever it is. They've got a very strong opinion, and you won't find actors in other genres that could deliver the volume of work that we deliver now, and the quality of work we still deliver in one take. So, I'm honored to be part of the show. Really am.
Well, I've been very, very much enjoying what you have been doing on the show as of late. First of all, let me just say, it's nice to see you doing something not behind the bar, and I kind of like the fact that Cane's kind of in the boardroom. So,
yeah, there's some really good story coming up. Actually, I think towards the end of August, the reveal of Katherine Chancellor's will happens, and then after that, the drama that takes place is strong. It's very, very strong. Jeanne's passing was a horrible loss for the show, and just a heartbreaking, thing that everybody, was just, you see Jeanne at the time when she was sick, and you could see that she was becoming more frail. Nevertheless, you just never expect it to happen like that, because she has so much fire and so much, spunk. And I was very fortunate to be able to have the last scenes with her of her acting career and being on the show. I was very honored for that, and I have a loving place in my heart for her, and I always wanted to help take care of her. So I think that that was very apropos that Cane had that opportunity. And that the drama that comes with her passing is it's very, very strong. The things that will happen with the passing of her, and it's good stuff down the pipe. It's good stuff.
How was it filming those scenes when it was revealed of Kay's passing? Because just me listening to you talk about it, and just thinking about Jeanne Cooper and everything in my head, I just want to just sit here and cry my eyes out, because
I think to put in perspective, I have to tell you the story of there's a memorial episode that airs where it's Katherine Chancellor's memorial service, and Corbin Burnson comes in to play Father Todd, and he has a poem he has to read towards the end of the memorial service that was written by Katherine Chancellor. And so Corbin starts reading the poem, and he breaks, and he pulls himself together. He says, I'm sorry, I just need a minute. And he brought himself back together, and he read the poem. And it's so surreal because this is Jeanne's son in real life.
Right.
Being the priest that's reading the poem written by Katherine Chancellor. And it's interesting because everyone has, in their own way, come to terms with her passing, even though she'll never be forgotten and she'll always be missed. But you come to terms with the passing of someone, especially someone like Jeanne who lived such an amazingly full life. When she made it to 84, had this massive career that spanned 50 years more, and and she loved life, and she loved people, she loved helping people, and you know for a fact that she wouldn't want people to be morbid and constantly in a constant state of despair for her passing. I mean, she'd be the first person to say, "Shut up! Stop crying!" And so it's one of those things that I think that for everybody, put in perspective, that everyone's acting these reactions, that where Katherine wanted the whole thing to be the celebration of life, not the mourning of life, so that you don't get this duality of how you want to play the scene versus how you instinctively and emotionally want to play the scene versus how the scene needs to be played. So it was a very surreal experience, but it's a really sweet, beautiful episode where you see all the people who have touched her in her life and she has touched them. You see the moments in their lives. It's great. Once again, I'm really happy to be part of that episode. It's special to me. I'm looking at there's a story for Cane in amongst all of this that is going to be it will lead to this, which I think is going to be it will create a lot of interesting, well written, well played drama where for the show. And once again, I think that's the thing. Like a lot of people, they have their opinions about storylines and how things should be done and whatnot, but at the core and the heart of the matter, stories like this will I think will make the hardest core wind-up fan and the freshest kind of freshman of new to the show. It's something for everybody. It's really well done.
Perfect. And not just that part of the drama. It seems like there seems to be a lot of drama romantically for Cane and Lily with the introduction of Hillary, as well as that of Tyler getting in their lives. Right. So there's a lot of animosity there, with both of those characters. Anything you want to tease in reference to what we can expect as far as those four are concerned?
Sure. I think that how do I word it? What happens isn't what you expect. What happens, I think, is good soap. It's good TV drama, and I just implore everybody to go on the ride and enjoy that drama, and sit back and allow it to make you mad, allow it to make you angry or sad, or allow it to let you feel, because that's why you watch the show. But when all things are said and done, understand that I think the writers of the show have a very solid understanding of what the viewers like and what the viewers want, and they're very good at creating that angst and that drama. It's like that whole thing. When you watch a horror movie, it's like, don't go up the stairs, don't go in the room. Oh my God, don't do it.
Right.
Without that, there's no real heavy drama or horror that comes to the film. It must be some person not going up the stairs, not going into the house, and the killer's in there with a knife. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think it's part and parcel to be able to have that well-crafted story and drama. That there are moments when you have to scream at the TV and yell at the TV and hope this is not going to happen or pray that it happens instead. So stick in there, hang in there, and enjoy it, because it's been very interesting, especially what we shot in the last 2 weeks. I think it plays out. Well. I really do. I think that it gives the ups and the downs. And there's 2 episodes in particular that are going to air where they don't air. I think the first time we've done it, it's not a chronologically structured episode, where it's almost like Pulp Fiction in its own way. So you believe one thing, you discover other things, and that within itself, I think, creates the angst that then gets resolved, and then creates more angst and gets resolved. It's a good ride. It's a good ride. It's well done. Josh done a good job with it.
I dig it. I like that. I like that description of it. And I wanted to ask you this too. I saw you put this on Twitter a few weeks ago. You had a throwback. You had a Throwback Thursday, and it was the picture of, at the time we thought was Cane, shot on the stairs and everything like that. And and you had posted about how, if it wasn't for pretty much everybody coming out and showing their support for you, obviously, and I still look at that. We've talked about this numerous times on the side, but never on the show before, and I still look at that picture, and I kind of just look at it and go like, damn, everybody came out and showed their support for you, and I totally loved it.
It was huge.
And
it was a huge moment for me. I was shocked. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
No, I was just going to say pretty much what you just said, and I was just going to say, like, what was your, like, how do you feel about that even to this day, even though this was just, like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2.5 years ago. It's crazy how time flies. I mean, it was a very, it was not, I mean, that's what I said when I was thinking. Actually, what's very interesting about that, I posted that on Instagram, and I thought it would have got a lot of likes, but a lot of people commented and said, I refuse to like this picture. I refuse to like this because in liking that it condones what happened and blah, 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 blah. And I never thought of it from that perspective. I mean, I never thought about, from that perspective, because I found the picture, it was up in the makeup room, it was a continuity picture that they have to take in every scene just in case things have to get reshot or redone so they know what was what and all that sort of stuff. But it was one of those things that just overwhelmed me in so many ways. I mean, the thought that the fan base and people that really, to me, have become friends over the years, that could have done that and just rallied like that. And on top of that, people that were not really even part of a fan base or part of a group. They weren't an Ashby Angel or Goddard family friends or Sweet Temptation or anything, or Lane fans or anything. But it just was something that resonated so strongly with people that it really just it made me understand how much the fans love and how much they support. And that's why I love my fans so much. And that's why I always want to be there and do things with the fans. It's important to me. It was just a huge moment in my life.
I thought it was great how everybody came out and they came out in droves for you. They came out in droves to support you in this, and it was great to see. I was just sitting back here just sipping my Kool-Aid and I was just like, that was amazing. I'm not, and I say that in a jokingly way, but I seriously was just sitting back here and just watching it, just like overflow. It was fantastic.
I was completely and totally blown away by it. And to this day, I mean, when I have to list the moments in my life that I never expected something to happen, that was one of them. I thought there would be fans who would just be really affected by it, but I had no idea that it would have been that strong. Because there's been a lot of people in the history of soap that have been killed off, and you're killed off. That's what happens.
Right.
But to have seen that happen, and that, ironically, there were probably moments where other characters who had been killed off and that didn't happen are probably, have their own feelings about it. But for me, it was, because I love the show. I love being part of the show, and I've always supported the show, and I've always done everything I can to represent the show in the light which I think, is the highest of standards for the show. And I was just crushed to think that was going to happen, and that's what they were doing. And I just didn't know what to do with it. And I remember actually I tweeted something, and I remember when I tweeted it, and I think you mentioned to me on the cruise, where I said something, I can't remember what it was. It's like, what a horrible moment in my life, where it's just, I'm just so incredibly sad. I just don't know what to say. And that was sort of when I found out, and just, wow, I don't know, man. It's pretty special. It's a pretty special moment, man.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I did say something to you, but it was just, for me specifically, I was kind of bummed. I was bummed. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to think, and I was just very bummed. But I was just at a point where when I looked at it, and I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna be right behind you, no matter what. That's just pretty much what it was. It was just what it was.
Yeah, and I think there was one person that in the media that wrote something saying that this is what happened, and that their interpretation of it, which was a complete fallacy, and I think that hurt me a lot, because I can't believe that person wrote what they wrote. But it seems that out of things like that, other things begin, and I think it's what, 2.5 years ago now. Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Look at you now. You're still here. You're still Cane Ashby, and you got an event coming up. Actually, 2 of them. We got the Wine Hour event in a couple of weeks, and you and Crystal have an event on the day after that Sunday.
The day after, we're doing the brunch. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's always one of the things I love to get back to the fans. I love to meet with the fans, and it'll be a good one. You were the last one, right? 2 years ago?
I was not there. I was not there.
You didn't really?
No, I was not. I pretty much got reported what was going on from people, but I was not there. I was not.
Were you at the first one that Josh and I did?
Yes, I was there for that one.
All right. That's cool.
That was a lot of fun. Memories, that very, very much so. Yeah, I dig it. But yeah, I unfortunately will not be at this one. I am sending out my consultant to handle the event for me. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, I could not take off work.
Hey man, when the wall says you gotta work, man.
I do. I got the bills, but I was hoping I was gonna be able to go, but I unfortunately will be at my job during the event, so I will miss you guys. But I know all y'all will have fun for me, so it's all.
We'll put your shout out.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you came here. We did this again, especially for my birthday. It's awesome. I can't thank you enough.
Always.
I would, the door is always open to have you back here. I love to have you here all the time.
I like talking to you. I do, because I think you're very good. I like to call you a journalist. I know some people would probably laugh if I called you a journalist.
I'm not Daytime Confidential, so
Oh God, I thought it was on the Daytime Confidential.
No, I'm sorry. I kind of hacked into their system, so you wound up talking to me instead. So, just saying.
Awesome. Now, I mean, there's a lot of people you talk to that haven't done their research. They don't know the history of the show, or the characters of the people, and like whenever I talk to you, I know you're one of those people that they actually do know what they're talking about. So it's one of those things that I love to talk to you. I love being on the show, and I love talking to the fans. We'll do it again where we can do a call in and we can do stuff. I think what we should do is let a little bit of time go past where a lot of the story starts coming to a head. We can actually do some call ins with some fans, and it's funny. I met some fans in Fort Lauderdale.
That's right. That's right.
Very vocal about Hillary and Kane. Very vocal about Lily and Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, just go on the ride, enjoy it. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I see this happen. It makes me mad. I'm like, that's good. It's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. The reaction's good.
It's great. Cause, I mean, as I was saying earlier, the last thing you want is complacency or indifference. You don't want that, because that means that the writers aren't doing their job. And I always say to fans who are fans of Cane and fans of Lily, I'm like, look, if you love Cane and Lily together, and you love the story of their life and their love story and where they're going and what they're going through, from a writer's perspective, they have to have something that they need to write about.
Right.
I think, a lot of fans say, well, why can't they just write a story where they're happy, or a story where they do stuff outside and they interact with other people? I think the problem is, from a writer's perspective, they look at that as, what's the word? It's not charged in a way where it solicits response. And the goal is always to solicit response. And soliciting response, people say, oh, you're watching Y&R, or you just see what happened on Y&R, or they'll make you feel about something. And then from there, it moves stories in certain directions. So I always say to fans, support, write in, yell, scream, rant, but always understand that the writers want to write for us. They want to write for myself. They want to write for Crystal, and they need something to write. So never ever be angry at them. Just always understand that, I couldn't imagine writing a soap opera where you have to write and deliver an episode every day.
Every day.
Every day. And I can sit here and say, well, I'd write this or I'd write that, but well, after you've done that, then what? And you've got we have a large cast on the show, and
right.
A lot of people say, well, there's too many of these new people, or you don't see enough of those people. And I think that in order to keep the show strong, they're trying to bring in new viewers, and they're trying to do this, trying to get other demographics and age groups and different things, because their goal is to keep the show on the air for years. And as Les Moonves said, these shows are, CBS is committed to Y&R and B&B, and you want to hear things like that, and that means that for years to come there'll be drama, there'll be stories. So, support and love, and if you hate it, call in, tell them you hate it. If you love it, call in, tell them you love it. If you don't like something, why don't you like it? I mean, honestly, they are listening. They're listening now. They weren't listening before, I don't think. Before it was kind of like, it was different now. But, people will talk about Jill Phelps, and I got to say, I'm a big fan of Jill Phelps, because Jill Phelps is a big fan of mine. And Jill understands what she wants to do with characters on the show, and, there are stories that they want to tell, which means that they're going to write for us. So, it's not about short-term happiness and satisfaction. It's about long-term gain. And that's the show's been around for 40 years, and we want it to be around for another 40 years. So, okay. Love you guys. Love all of you very much. Love you guys.
Can't say enough about you, man. I can't say enough.
You're the man. You know that. I really appreciate you, man. I really do. I really do.
You're twice the man than I am. You really are, and I can't say enough about you. Love and respect you always, man. It's always a pleasure. Follow this guy on Twitter at Daniel Goddard. He's on Facebook. He's always tweeting. He's always posting everything. He's probably one of the greatest people you ever have a chance to talk to online.
You're too kind. You're too kind, brother. I appreciate it.
No way, man. It's the truth. Nothing but the truth here. Absolutely. And yeah, let's definitely touch base soon, and we'll definitely do a call in down the pike. We would love to do that, and many blessings, man. Love to you, and we're gonna keep watching you and everything you do.
All right, man. Respecting all the fans out there, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You take care. I'll talk to you guys soon, right?
All right.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Always a pleasure having him here. Daniel Goddard, you can follow him on Twitter as well as liking him on Facebook. That's it for me for right now. I'm Novell J. Lee, making sure you keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy Radio by simply logging onto our website at www.buzzworthyradio.net. You can also follow us on Twitter at Buzzworthy Radio and liking us on our Facebook page. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Can't get enough of Buzzworthy Radio. Log on now to www.buzzworthyradio.net to get the latest news on upcoming guests, past shows, and videos of all your favorite stars. Keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy.